Bitcoin chart, we're basically in what's called a channel, and I'm going to try to get this up for you guys so you guys can see that a little bit better. But basically, you can see price has just been going sideways. You can get a potential short-term breakout if you get above 20,700. That would be a beautiful break. If, on the other hand, it breaks 18.5, then watch out below. I think.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Daily Crypto. We are joined by Gareth Soloway once again, and he will be revealing his trading plan for Bitcoin, so make sure to watch the full video. But before we get started, let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index for today. As of recording this video, it is sitting at 24, slightly better than yesterday's 23. Currently, Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading for 19,520 and 1,328 respectively. With that being said, let's continue with today's video.
I'm still in the camp that we haven't quite hit bottom yet. The chart of Bitcoin, and Ben's right. I mean, it's not correlated right now. And I think one of the interesting things to think about is that, if you looked at when Russia invaded Ukraine, we saw some buying of, you could argue that a lot of the oligarchs there were buying Bitcoin. It didn't kind of behave with the stock market for that brief period of time. And then if you look at what's been going on globally, we have currencies like the pound getting crushed, the yen, the euro, all of these global economies, because the dollar is just surging, are getting crushed. And you could argue that some people are saying, hey, listen, why am I holding pounds right now or euros? Why don't I switch some into Bitcoin? Maybe that's why it's not perfectly correlated right now as well. But Ben's right. I mean, 4-year cycles are 4-year cycles. It's been proven at least for a couple times since its birth.
While some analysts believe the bottom is already in, Gareth still thinks that we are yet to see another drop in the financial markets. There are many reasons as to what leads Gareth to this conclusion, like the Credit Suisse bank potentially becoming insolvent. Moreover, he says that Bitcoin seems to be breaking out of the correlation between the dollar and Bitcoin, as it is staying relatively stable while the dollar surges.
Looking at the chart here real quick, take a quick gander at the Bitcoin chart. We're basically in what's called a channel, and I'm going to try to get this up for you guys so you guys can see that a little bit better. But basically, you can see price has just been going sideways. You can get a potential short-term breakout if you get above 20,700. That would be a beautiful break. If, on the other hand, it breaks 18.5, then watch out below. I think you test 17.5 and potentially 12 to 13,000. I'm in the camp that we're not at bottom yet. I just can't see it yet.
Gareth still has a Bitcoin price target of 12 to 13K, which can be easily attained if Bitcoin fails to hold current levels and break below 17,500 level. There is not a lot of support on the way down, which is why Gareth thinks it will drop sharply.
I mean, I would guess that anything that's on a digital basis is going to have a trail to it. So I would think it would have the ability to be tracked, but you just don't know. I mean, we have to keep in mind that hedge funds, there are so many maneuvers that they can do. They can route orders through different players. They can hide orders. Like, there's even something that I can do where, like, let's say I want to buy 10,000 shares of a stock. I can only show 100 shares in the market and hide the rest. And then when that 100 shares gets taken, it'll just auto refresh 100 shares till all my 10,000 are done. So the big thing is that if there's one thing I've learned being in the hedge fund industry, is that there are always games and there are always maneuvers that these guys can do to make things harder to figure out. Now, is there always a trail? Yes. It's just a matter of how hardcore is the SEC going to go to kind of figure it out. So I do think it's trackable, but there's no doubt that generally where there's big billions of dollars, they're going to be one step ahead.
Different governments are trying to develop and implement central bank digital currencies, which will be essentially fiat money in digital form. Gareth says that hedge funds will still find a way to cover their trails as much as they can, but there will always be that one clue left because of the nature of this digital world. It will all come down to how far the SEC is willing to dig into financial transactions of these multi-billion-dollar hedge funds.
I mean, I think her celebrity status, how many followers she has is a prime example. And I think it's a way to make an example of someone without really hurting them, right? So I think, number one, it is partially crypto. We know that Gensler's coming after crypto in terms of regulation. So I think this is one of those warning shots across the bow, absolutely, for the crypto market. But it's also for, in general, for influencers like a lot of us, just to be careful about what we push, make sure what we do is on the up and up as best we can. And, the only thing I would say is, I was reading about it and they're like, oh, Kim Kardashian, she was so helpful and she was so everything. And I'm like, yeah, because $1 million to her is like $10 to me. Like, of course, like, what is she? But if it was like $500 million, I'm sure she wouldn't have been so helpful. But But the point is, again, is this is just that coming phase of regulation, and it's that warning to be careful.
With Kim Kardashian recently being sued by the SEC for undisclosed marketing campaigns for crypto projects, Gareth believes it was a wake-up call by the SEC that they are coming after cryptocurrencies in terms of regulation. We all know Gary Gensler, the head of the SEC, will try his best to regulate all cryptocurrencies, as he made it clear in his tweets. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can keep watching educational videos like this on a daily basis. See you guys in the next one.